Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to choose the proper template for the program you're in. We'll also look at a few basic principles behind how to make changes on your template. To start off, we're going to use Google Chrome for our internet browser. I highly recommend that you use either Google Chrome or Firefox, Mozilla Firefox for your internet browser. You'll have a much better experience. So to get into our ePortfolio platform, it's a product called Digication, like digital education. And so you can access it through Canvas. We put a backdoor there. So if you're already in Canvas, you can just hang on there. You can ignore this part. If you're not already in Canvas, I'm going to go ahead and log in. So I just went to the main slcc.edu page, and then I'm going to go over to my SLCC and log into Canvas from here. So once I've logged into Canvas, you'll notice that there are icons on the left side of your page on the dashboard here. What we're looking for is the very bottom one. It's the question mark. If you hover over it, it should say help. Go ahead and click on that. And that will pull up this panda bear with a map. And we're going to scroll down within that window. And towards the bottom, you're going to see something that says Digication ePortfolio Login. There should be a link. If you click on that link, it will take you to the navigation page of your Digication account. Your Digication account has the same username and password as your MySLCC and your Canvas. If you're logging in for the first time, you will need to agree to the terms and conditions. The terms and conditions basically make you aware that they do not accept plagiarism, violating copywriting from other people's work, and posting things that are inappropriate. So go ahead and agree to those terms and conditions. And then once you do so, you should come to a page in your dashboard. It looks maybe something similar to this. If you've already created one before, you'll bypass the terms and conditions and you'll come into your main page. So yours might look slightly different from mine. I am an administrator of this site, so mine tends to look a little bit different, but I'll try to walk you through what you should see. So when you first come in, you should see a page that has multiple templates. And within those templates, there should be a little blue circle with a plus button like this. If you've already created a portfolio before, it might just default to something like this, and you see my portfolios and the blue plus button here. So if you've already created a portfolio before, you can go ahead and click on this blue plus button here. If you're creating one for the first time, you can find the template you're looking for, and then click on the blue plus button that's within the template. So for example, if I decided I'm doing the Electronics Assembly Technician program, for me, I'm going to click on this blue plus button here. And then I need to scroll down and find that template. Here it is. And then I can come up here and give it a title. So I'm just going to call this my sample. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Keela. Okay. All right. I would recommend that in your title you put your name or your initials or something that will help you remember that this is yours. If you don't want to put your full name in, you can always just do your initials or first name and first initial of your last name. Keep in mind that the title that you put in here is going to become, by default, part of your URL down here. So if you don't like having your full name in a URL, go ahead and change that up. So once I have my title here, I make sure I've chosen the correct template. I can scroll down to the bottom right, in that blue box it says Create. So go ahead and click on the Create button. And what it's going to do is pull up a page, and on that page you're going to see every page that's within that specific template, pertains to that template. On the right side, it'll have the word done and a green check mark when that page is finished being created. We have to wait for all the pages to be created before we can move on, so we'll give it just a minute. If you have more pages in your template, this may take a little longer. What we're looking for is for it to kick into the main page of your template. If it doesn't do this within a few minutes, if you don't get to a page like this within a few minutes, you want to go ahead and hit the refresh button at the top by your web address bar. Okay, and that should get it kicked in if you've already had all your pages completed. So this is what the template looks like for the Electronics Assembly Technician program, and the other SAT programs are very similar in the makeup of their template. Let me just walk you through your basic pages and what you'll need to do. So the first page is your welcome page, and you have been asked to upload a welcome video of yourself, introducing yourself and talking about your interests in your program. So once you've made that video, you can put this in one of two ways. You can come down here to the blue plus button. This will help add new content to your page. When I click on the new plus button, scroll up just a little bit, and I can either record my video right now if I have a laptop or a computer that has a microphone and a video recorder. So you can just record your welcome video from your laptop, and then when you're finished, you click done, and it uploads it automatically into your ePortfolio. If you've created your video somewhere else, you can always upload it as a file. If you decided to put it on something like YouTube, you can always go ahead and embed content here and embed your YouTube code. And it will put your video right in here. The next page, your program courses. If I hover over here, you'll see all the courses that I need to take to complete this particular program. So for example, if I go to KOS 0170, it has the title of the course and the number, and a basic student or basic summary of the course, and then it has a space for a signature assignment and some reflection. If I want to go ahead and add a reflection in, for example, I can hover over here and see these icons pop up. The top one is your edit button. When I click on edit, it brings up this toolbar so I can make changes. I can then go in and type in my reflection. Of course, you'll do something that's much deeper than this. Okay. And there are various types of assignments you can post and different ways you can post those assignments. For specifics on that, I will refer you to the ePortfolio tutorials. And each of these pages is set up in a very similar manner, you'll notice. On your certificates and credentials page, this is up to you how you want to organize this, but you can always add content. You can upload images of certificates, you can put in text boxes with text and description, you can put in videos, anything that you want to add in here to show your certifications and your credentialing. Your career exploration page is set up much the same way. You can go in and add content, photos, videos, text, and anything else that might be applicable to your career exploration journey. The last page I'll mention is your resume. This is where you want to upload a copy of your resume. It's pretty easy. Click on the blue plus button, go to upload file, and then you can either scroll through here to find files from your computer, or if you wanted to, you could pull this over and find a file on your desktop and just drag it in. That works as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and drag one in. Maybe I'm not. Hold on. I will do it the other way. So you'll see both ways. So I can go ahead and click on this, and if I wanted to I'm just going to put a random document on here right now, just to show you what it looks like. Then I click on upload. And it's putting it right in here in a document viewer. I can always pull this down if I want it to be a little larger. Sometimes it takes a minute for the actual document to show up. Please also keep in mind that if you're putting your resume in here, I would strongly recommend against you putting too much personal information since this is on the web. Typically, I think you're okay putting in your name and a good email address where someone can contact you. However, I would recommend removing any personal address like your home address and any personal phone numbers like your personal cell phone number, unless you're okay with other people accessing that. Same thing with references. If you happen to have references on your resume, I would also remove any information that is too personal, such as a home address or a cell phone number. So now you can see they can scroll through and see my resume if this were my resume in its entirety. So that's the basics of how to do it. Keep in mind that after you've made changes on your page, you will want to publish your changes so that people can see it. The first time you publish your changes, you'll need to confirm your settings. This is correct. This means anyone in the college can see it as long as they have your URL and they're logged in. If you decide at some point to make this site public so that people from other schools or perhaps if you're using this to apply for a job or an internship, if you would like them to see it, you can make it public and people outside of Salt Lake Community College will be able to view it as well. So I'm going to save my settings and publish. And now you're ready to go. For more information on how to add specific types of assignments and customize your portfolio even more, you can look at our tutorials, our ePortfolio tutorials on our help site. You can find our help site at slcc.edu/ePortfolio. Hope this was helpful.